Good evening and welcome to MTV's News Update for today, August 20, 2021. I'm Sandy Ramutar. First, our top headlines. Jagdeo to lead delegation to Suriname to advance joint climate change strategy. AG files legal proceedings for undelivered motion scales. Guyana and Suriname to engage northern Brazil on joint tourism talks. And in sport, the GSA looking to establish local squash league. Now for the news in details. Vice President Bara Jagdeo will soon lead a delegation to Suriname in preparation for the United Nations Annual Climate Change Conference, which is slated for October 31st to November 12th. Luan Williams reports.
President Dr. Irfan Ali and President of the Cooperative Republic of Suriname, His Excellency Tjandjika Persat Santokhi, during a joint press briefing announced that they will be partnering in the area of environment and climate change. President Ali said Vice President Bara Jagdeo will soon lead a delegation to Suriname in preparation for the United Nations Annual Climate Change Conference, COP26, which is slated for 31st October to 12th November. Jagdeo, the brainchild of the Low Carbon Development Strategy, will be looking at the coordination of Guyana's strategies and will also work with Suriname to establish a common strategy to deal with the ever-changing environment.
Both Guyana and Suriname recognize that we have a valuable asset in Vice President Bara Jagdeo in this field of environment, and we've agreed that he would lead a delegation to Suriname before COP26.
President Ali noted that the environment is a critical issue as development must be balanced with the environment because the country has become an oil-producing nation. Guyana and Suriname are also exploring the possibility of merging their forest assets in the carbon credit market. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlall has filed legal proceedings against persons who use state monies to procure motion scales but have not been delivered to the government. More from Shania Pereira.
Attorney General Anil Nandlall said on behalf of the state he is in the process of filing civil proceedings against those who were involved in procuring the scales that are still to be delivered. He said the Fiscal Management and Accountability Act provides for the state to sue the former Minister of Public Infrastructure and other officials for wastage of the state monies. During the examination of the 2016 Auditor General's report in the Public Accounts Committee, it was found that some $72.2 million was paid by the then Ministry of Public Infrastructure to a Jamaican company to procure 3 motion scales. According to the Attorney General, to date those scales have not been delivered to the government of Guyana. The report has since been forwarded to the Criminal Investigations Department for further investigation. Reporting for MTV News Update, Shania Pereira.
5 days after a powerful earthquake killed at least 2,189 people in Haiti, help is trickling in, but struggling people said that they need it more quickly. This is according to the BBC. Rescue crews are still digging through rubble in a search for survivors. Since the 7.2 magnitude earthquake hit the island on Saturday, the U.S. military has transported at least 200 severely injured people to hospital. Despite rainy conditions, many people have been sleeping outside due to fears that aftershocks could cause more buildings to collapse. Around 53,000 homes were completely destroyed in the quake, with about 77,000 more damaged. Doctors are struggling to treat the more than 12,200 people who have been injured. Hundreds are still missing and presumed trapped under the rubble. Haiti has been hit by a series of natural disasters in the past, including Hurricane Matthew in 2016. The deadliest was the 2010 earthquake, which killed more than 200,000 people and caused extensive damage to the country's infrastructure and economy. You're watching MTV's News Update. More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
With Dad, everything is possible. One time, while everything was still spinning, he gave Teddy a bath. He even has his own supermarket at home, so we never run out of fresh snacks. And on my birthday, Dad made the room cold, but the wind didn't blow my candles, so my wishes can come true.
Imagine the possibilities.
Available at ACH Inc., the authorized Samsung distributor for Guyana.
Strap in.
You know that it is a fact. The deal on wheels is back. For family, deal on wheels. For security, that's a fact. For fun, deal on wheels.
Republic Bank Deal on Wheels is back. With same-day approval, reduced equity, longer repayment terms, and more. Plus, 3 lucky winners would win $100,000 each. Get the ride for you at Republic Bank.
Everyone is now using Softex toilet tissue. Available in leading supermarkets countrywide, Softex is always silky smooth because it's made from virgin pulp and babies love it. Softex comes available in single rolls, economy pack, 6-pack, and 1 dozen packages. Just perfect for any budget. Manufactured and distributed by BPAT's Paper Manufacturing, Eccles Industrial Site. For more information, telephone 622-4197.
Gift yourself, your friend, or a loved one that perfect outfit. Check out the new arrivals at Classic Styles Boutique. Yes, you heard right, new arrivals. For exquisite gowns for the wedding season, short dresses, jumpers, and so much more in store, visit us at 117 Regent Street, Georgetown, or contact us on 223-1594.
Let FiberTech help you to renovate, refresh, and redecorate your kitchen. Spice up your kitchen with decorative colors, finishes, and accessories. Choose from an array of designs and beautiful granite colors that are blended to suit your choice. FiberTech Lifetime Kitchen is durable, termites-free, and water-resistant. Enjoy 1-year factory warranty along with our after-sales service. So come on in and let us help you choose wisely.
This is MTV's News Update. Welcome back. The presidents of Guyana and Suriname said their countries will be working to craft a joint strategy for the development of the oil and gas sector in an effort to fuel economic development in both nations. Here is more.
Guyana and Suriname, both oil-producing nations, have agreed to jointly develop a gas strategy to exploit gas resources from the oil and gas industry for the development of their economies. This initiative was announced by President Dr. Irfaan Ali during a joint press conference with President of the Cooperative Republic of Suriname, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, yesterday. President Irfaan Ali, in his address, said a working group will be established within 2 weeks with representatives from both countries to pursue proposals for a joint gas strategy to develop natural gas. A communique from both head of states further explained that it would be inclusive of a gas-to-shore infrastructure and a plan to generate electricity from natural gas and will be aiming to tap into the Brazilian market.
But that strategy would be linked to the frontier development of both Guyana and Suriname. That includes infrastructure, industries, manufacturing, natural resources, the bauxite industry, on both sides will be part of that strategic outlook in developing opportunities and exploiting the great potential on both sides of the Quarantine River.
The president explained that this vision will guide the way to cheaper energy and will make both countries energy suppliers for the northern side of Brazil.
On the matter of oil and gas, my colleague has elaborated already, but let me once again reiterate that within a short period of time, a design proposal will be presented for a clear strategy how to exploit the gas of the two nations for the industrial development in the west side of Suriname and the east side of Guyana, and also to develop the bauxite industry and also to export that gas to Brazil.
The two countries also agreed to convene a trilateral summit with the president of Brazil to discuss strategic collaboration in light of the potential of the oil and gas sector of both countries. President Dr. Irvinali also said that before 2021, they both will be spearheading efforts to bring together the presidents of Brazil, France, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guyana into a strategic summit to discuss issues of energy security. They will also be collaborating to develop the human resources of their nations to meet the industry requirements.
Suriname was kind enough to offer, with immediate effect, opportunity for our young people, our Guyanese people, to be trained in Satsoli on the job. As you know, they are also advanced in the certification of key areas in the oil and gas sector, for example, welding. And we have identified this as an area in which they can help our human resource base to become certified to participate in the sector.
President Santoki arrived on Tuesday, August 17, and was on a 4-day official state visit to Guyana to have bilateral discussions with President Dr. Irvinali. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
Presidents of Guyana and Suriname, Dr. Irvinali and His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santoki, intend to engage northern Brazil on how they can jointly boost their tourism industries. More from Luan Williams.
President Dr. Irvinali and President of Suriname, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santoki, have agreed to promote their tourism product together in the context of the Guyana Shield. The Guyana Shield underlies Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana, and portions of Venezuela, Brazil, and Colombia. This was disclosed during a joint press conference between the two presidents at the Arthur Chung Convention Center. A communique from the head of state further stated that promoting their countries as a twin tourism product will be beneficial.
Tourism has been identified as a key area for both countries. So, we've also agreed that the two ministers and the entities will meet to determine a strategy that would jointly promote Guyana and Suriname.
According to the executives, they intend to engage Brazil in a trilateral program in the northern side of Brazil to have them included in the twin tourism product package to jointly boost their tourism industries. They have also agreed to an early discussion in pursuit of this initiative. Luan Williams for MTV's News Update.
President Dr. Irvinali has urged the private sector in both Guyana and Suriname to think big and can be bold and aggressive in going off the opportunities on the horizon. He gave this charge yesterday at the working breakfast hosted by the Private Sector Commission. He was joined by the President of Suriname, His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santoki, and members of his delegation. He explained that realistically, individual businesses will not be able to win those opportunities. However, if they form consortiums, they can pool together their efforts. This, he added, is demonstrative of local content and private sector involvement. The president pointed to opportunities in various sectors, including food production, oil and gas, infrastructure projects, security, natural resources, and the environment, among other sectors. He also encouraged those present to commit to the unification of efforts in the interests of both economies and the people of both countries. More news coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Get laminated glass for your home or office from Gaffurs. It's double-ply glass manufactured for safety. It'll shatter only under excessive pressure, and even so, pieces will adhere together as with a vehicle windscreen. It's preferable for areas where safety is important, for example, glass sliding doors and shop fronts. It helps to protect your home from burglars. And very important, it helps to reduce heat from direct sunlight, thereby reducing your costs for air conditioning. We can cut to any size, and prices for thicknesses 6.2 millimeters is $600 per square foot, 8 millimeters $700 per square foot, and 11 millimeters $850 per square foot. Now available, glass sliding doors with laminated glass, 72 inches by 80 inches, $37,905, 96 inches by 80 inches, $47,675, and 100 inches by 80 inches, $49,105, with an introductory discount of 15% at Gaffurs, a name you can trust.
The Central Housing and Planning Authority is kindly asking residents living in communities under the management of the department to desist from storing construction materials on roadways and road shoulders. Residents are also being asked not to block roadways or drains with construction materials. According to clauses 12 and 13 of the amended Agreement of Sale of Restrictive Covenants attached to titles issued from 2012, no storage of materials comprising earth, sand, stone, blocks, cements, timber and steel or mixing of concrete shall be permitted on the road or the road shoulders. Any materials on the road or the road shoulders must be cleared within 24 hours of being placed thereon. Residents are reminded that failure to adhere to clauses 12 and 13 will result in a penalty of $10,000 being charged per day of default. A message from the Central Housing and Planning Authority.
Modern Optical Service has made it even better by introducing its budgeted spectacle line, starting as low as $10,000 for single vision lens and $12,000 for bifocal lens, available in tinted or clear, complete spectacles at affordable prices. So hurry down to our main office at 316 Middle Street or Lot 14 Diamond Public Road opposite Demerara Bank. Enjoy over 60 years of eye care experience at affordable prices. Modern Optical Service, your eye care professionals.
Are you building or renovating your home? Then come to Beeson for a wide range of aluminum and UPVC windows and doors. Get from single hung sash, awning, casement, sliding windows, plus sliding and swinging doors. All our products can be customized and fitted with insect screens and are sealed tight to withstand harsh weather conditions. At Beeson's, we also carry commercial, glass and French doors, showcases, aluminum louvers, curtain walls, aluminum rails, plus sliding and frameless shower doors. So look no further. Visit our showroom today at Lot 1228 Eccles Industrial Site or call 622-4197 or 623-4197. Beeson Windows and Doors, built with pride in Guyana by Guyanese.
You're tuned to MTV's News Update. Some 9 occupational health and safety officers are currently being trained to start monitoring and conducting safety inspections on board of floating production, storage and offloading vessels offshore Guyana. Here's Rihanna Griffith.
Minister of Labour Joseph Hamilton said the training is being done in preparation for safety and health inspections on board the floating production, storage and offloading vessels offshore Guyana. According to Minister Hamilton, when the PPPC government took office last August, it discovered that the previous government had no officers trained to conduct these safety and health inspections.
Importantly, let me add to that, a sector that they now have to supervise that for whatever reason, it wasn't being supervised at the level of OSH and labor, is the marine sector. We have jurisdiction, that is the OSH and labor, to go on those boats to examine work environment and labor relations. And so we have put in place a framework, and we have set up a joint technical committee with MARAD so that officers can have the requisite type of training to do that. So those are the things that are happening.
9 occupational health and safety officers are currently trained through an international firm. The 3-week training concludes on the 26th of August 2021.
As regards what they will do in OSH and oil and gas is to review the environment, work environment of oil and gas companies. It's a new sector. So the officers themselves, they have to be trained to be able to supervise the oil and gas sector.
Meanwhile, 21 occupational health and safety officers will be spread across the region to monitor mining, agriculture, and other industries. Reporter for MTV's News Update, Rihanna Griffith.
Guyana continues to collaborate with the Pan American Health Organization, the World Health Organization, and other countries to implement the HEARTS technical package, which will strengthen the Ministry of Health's approach to improving cardiovascular at the primary healthcare level. The HEARTS technical package provides a series of effective, practical interventions for strengthening the management of risk factors for cardiovascular in primary healthcare and also aims to prevent cardiovascular disease. In 2018, the PAHO-WHO collaborated with the Ministry of Health to conduct a workshop for the HEARTS technical package. 50 healthcare professionals from private and public health across all 10 administrative regions were trained to take on this new approach in health facilities across Guyana. Since this implementation, doctors from the Ministry of Health Chronic Diseases Unit has participated in webinars and began the process of raising awareness on the HEARTS technical package along with involving key stakeholders. The Civil Defense Commission said 112 persons from flood-affected communities in Region 10 are currently occupying shelters. More from Social Giles.
The director of the Civil Defense Commission, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, has made a visit to Upper Demerara Berbice, Region 10, where several villages are still being affected by the aftermath of flooding in the region. The floodwaters have forced many households to evacuate their homes and seek shelter. There are currently 112 persons in shelters located at Araima, Hururu, Forestry, and Kokwani. This is according to Public Information Officer at the CDC, Patrice Wishart. The CDC said it will continue to prepare food hampers and hygienic supplies to ensure that there is an adequate supply for all persons.
We have been consistently distributing food and cleaning hampers as well as long boots, medical supplies, water purification tablets as well, to all areas across the country that have been affected.
The villages mostly affected are Landersville, Hururu, Lamp Islands, and Kokwani waterfront. The CDC noted too that several areas of the access roads are still inundated. It was also highlighted that communities faced varying levels of structural damages. Reporting for MTV News Update, Social Giles.
We now take a look at tips for healthy living, brought to you with the kind compliments of Natura's high and low milk powder, distributed by Davies Variety.
What does Natura High and Low Milk Powder have? It is fortified with the extra goodness of vitamins A, C, D, E, and K. It is high in calcium, protein, and enriched with folic acid, all of which help to strengthen your immune system. What it doesn't have is fat and cholesterol. Natura High and Low. Healthy can taste good. Available at all leading supermarkets and groceries nationwide. Natura High and Low Milk Powder is not for infants 1 year and under.
Measles is a childhood infection caused by a virus. Also called rubeola, measles can be serious and even fatal for small children. Symptoms. Measles signs and symptoms appear around 10 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. Signs and symptoms of measles typically include fever, dry cough, runny nose, sore throat, inflamed eyes, tiny white spots with bluish-white centers on a red background found inside the mouth on the inner lining of the cheek, a skin rash made up of large flat blotches that often flow into one another. Causes. Measles is a highly contagious illness caused by a virus that replicates in the nose and throat of an infected child or adult. Then, when someone with measles coughs, sneezes, or talks, infected droplets spray into the air where other people can inhale them. The infected droplets may also land on a surface where they remain active and contagious for several hours. You can contract the virus by putting your fingers in your mouth or nose or rubbing your eyes after touching the infected surface. About 90% of susceptible people who are exposed to someone with the virus will be infected. Risk factors. Risk factors for measles include 1. Being unvaccinated. If you have not received the vaccine for measles, you are much more likely to develop the disease. 2. Traveling internationally. If you travel to developing countries where measles is more common, you are at higher risk of catching the disease. If you travel to developing countries where measles is more common, you are at higher risk of catching the disease. 3. Having a vitamin A deficiency. If you don't have enough vitamin A in your diet, you are more likely to have more severe symptoms and complications. Prevention. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends that children and adults receive the measles vaccine to prevent measles. If someone in your household has measles, take these precautions to protect vulnerable family and friends. 1. Isolation. Because measles is highly contagious from about 4 days before to 4 days after the rash breaks out, people with measles should not return to activities in which they interact with other people during this period. It may also be necessary to keep non-immunized people, siblings for example, away from the infected person. 2. Vaccinate. Be sure that anyone who is at risk of getting the measles who hasn't been fully vaccinated receives the measles vaccine as soon as possible. Treatment. There is no specific treatment for an established measles infection. However, some measures can be taken to protect vulnerable individuals who have been exposed to the virus. These include post-exposure vaccination. Non-immunized people, including infants, may be given the measles vaccination within 72 hours of exposure to the measles virus to provide protection against the disease. If measles still develops, the illness usually has milder symptoms and lasts for a shorter time. Immune serum globulin. Pregnant women, infants, and people with weakened immune systems who are exposed to the virus may receive an injection of proteins called immune serum globulin. When given within 6 days of exposure to the virus, these antibodies can prevent measles or make symptoms less severe. Lifestyle and home remedies. If you or your child has measles, try these comfort measures. 1. Take it easy. Get rest and avoid busy activities. 2. Sip something. Drink plenty of water, fruit juice, and herbal tea to replace fluids lost by fever and sweating. 3. Seek respiratory relief. Use a humidifier to relieve a cough and sore throat. 4. Rest your eyes. If you or your child finds bright light bothersome, as do many people with measles, keep the lights low or wear sunglasses. Also avoid reading or watching television if light from a reading lamp or from the television is bothersome.
What does Natura high and low milk powder have? It is fortified with the extra goodness of vitamins A, C, D, E, and K. It is high in calcium, protein, and enriched with folic acid, all of which help to strengthen your immune system. What it doesn't have is fat and cholesterol. Natura, high and low, healthy, can taste good. Available at all leading supermarkets and groceries nationwide. Natura high and low milk powder is not for infants 1 year and under.
The ISG and MTV's sport update is next. Stay tuned.
Are you running around looking for construction materials? Well, run down to Lens for affordable, high-quality building supplies. We have the widest range of grade A floor and wall tiles in any shape, size, and designs. And all types of ceramics, porcelain glazed, and full-body porcelain. We stock the largest collection of large format tiles. Check out our porcelain slabs as big as 10 feet by 4.5 feet. Add a bit of elegance with our large range of decorative molding. Our line of PPG paints will give you vibrant colors that won't fade. With our wall and ceiling gypsum system, it's light, durable, and fast. So come down to Lens at 136 Cher Street, which is next to Buddy's and Pizza Hut, for that 31 years of Lens quality.
From the arms of nature emerges a unique blend of oils. Introducing the Shilling Inhaler. Refreshing, stimulating, cooling. The fastest, most natural way to ease congestion. Breathe easier. The Shilling Inhaler, from the makers of Shilling Oil, distributed by Massey Distribution.
You can be a millionaire by only spending $100 on a Daily Million ticket. Simply pick any 5 numbers from 1 to 26, or you can buy a quick pick for your chance to win the Daily Millions. Purchase your tickets daily, Monday through Saturday, to get a chance to win $1 million every day. So, feeling lucky? Then buy a Daily Millions ticket today. Remember, a ticket today could make you rich today.
It happens. Your septic tank is full. All the waste from your toilet goes into your septic tank through the sewage line. When your tank is full, the 2 most common indicators are an overflowing tank and an overflowing toilet. It is recommended that Sevon's Waste Management empty your septic tank every 2 to 3 years to avoid any embarrassment. And before you can say, shh, it's gone. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.
The Guyana Squash Association is hoping to have a local squash league set up in Guyana. This is according to Owen Verwey, president of the Squash Association.
Squash has been around Guyana for a long time. There are quite a few names that are very familiar or became household names. And we would like to continue that. We are hoping that the pandemic situation allows in the very near future for us to return to some level of normalcy with not just squash, but all sports in general. And part of that is that we're hoping to start a league, a squash league here. There's some advanced plans that are in place.
They hope to have this before the end of the year. Due to the uncertainty in planning sporting events amid the pandemic, they are still in the planning stages. So far, they have a proposed structure for the squash league and what needs to be done to get started.
So there's not a whole lot. It's more of the administrative activities and the commitment of the players to partake in that league. We hope to run the league with this school term, as much as most of the players will not be school age, but it'll run in line with the school term. But what it does is allow the players in the different categories to be more competitive amongst themselves, you know, on a weekly basis. So it ups the game and keeps everyone fit on a more frequent basis.
Given that players haven't been able to play since the onset of the pandemic in March last year, the association sees this as a great opportunity for players. For those players who have not been exposed to competition recently, they will be allowed to participate in addition to those who are looking for more competitive games. In cycling news, cyclist Walter Grant Stewart is currently set to participate in the Paralympics next week Tuesday, when he will be the first Guyanese to ever participate in the Games. He will depart for Tokyo on Sunday with a coach from the training camp where they will meet Guyana's chef de mission and COVID liaison officer Jaime Skeet. At his training camp, Grant Stewart is currently conducting the necessary tests prior to the Tokyo Games, as well as working on race simulation of the Tokyo course, strategy for the Games, and analyzing the competition. His coaches, Ivan Domingue and Sandor Delgado in Miami, have been managing his training schedule. Grant Stewart noted that it is due to the support of his coaches, the Ministry of Sport, National Sports Commission, and Guyana Olympic Association that he finally made it to his training camp, despite many delays. He is grateful to have gained sponsorship from the outdoor pet shop, Shamir Bash Soup Stand, and the professional key shop. We now turn to powerlifting. The Guyana Amateur Powerlifting Federation has undertaken to train more female referees to have them certified later this year. This is according to Gordon Spencer, president of the Guyana Amateur Powerlifting Federation.
Key among the points we have set out, we want to build our refereeing corps. We have 3 international referees, all males, and we'd like to target some of the females. And so we have 3 young ladies that are on the training right now, and we're going to encourage them to continue until they can reach the stage of category 2 international referees.
The Federation currently has only 3 certified coaches: Franklin Bursport Luke, Andrew Austin, and Gordon Spencer, all category 2 certified. There are 3 women preparing to get themselves certified. These are Nadina Taharali, Andrea Smith, and Renita White. Along with them, Mark Seymour and Orwin Smith are both training as well. The Federation helps all interested athletes in the process to become certified.
Well, first you have to show an interest, and you have to show an understanding of the rules of powerlifting in all 3 of the routines: squat, bench press, and deadlift. And just as we're convinced that you have enough knowledge of those rules, understanding of those rules, we encourage you to come and referee at one of our championships, starting with the novice. We prefer to start them with the novice, and then they move on to intermediates, and then to the senior championships.
The Federation is also aiming to add another stage in the certification process, which is a local exam for prospective referees before they go on to take their international exam. This will grant them a local certification to referee tournaments in Guyana, as well as ensure they are prepared for the international exam. The athletes can take the exam as long as they have refereed 3 senior championships. And finally, Shelters Tennis Club concluded their final summer camp earlier today. The 2-week camp helped to introduce new players to the fundamentals of the game, while it also served to reintroduce children to the game who have not been able to play for over a year. This second camp saw persons returning from the first camp, as well as accommodated those who were busy with summer school and could not make it sooner. A total of 32 children from as young as 4 years old and up to 18 received certificates. The camp took place at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall for children under 10, while the older one trained at the National Park. According to Coach Shelley Daly, players at the beginner, intermediate, and advanced level were also very excited to get back on the court, having their while due to online learning. More children had wanted to participate, but due to COVID restrictions, the club had to limit the number of participants. Shelters is hoping that with the restart of the new semester, the children who are members at the club will be able to return to training as usual. For MTV Sports Update, Jessica Calendar.
That brings us to the end of Sport Update, which was brought to you with the kind compliments of ISG. More after the break.
Welcome to Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., Guyana's sole distributor of NP and Ultra lubricants, SKF bearings, seal and belts, international trucks and parts, and Napa batteries. With a bond capacity of 30,000 square foot, we offer superior brands at affordable prices and the best after-sales service. ISG supplies sustainable integrated solutions to make your business a growing success. Visit us at our new main office at Lot 4Q Peters Hall. ISG, the best opportunity to make the right choice.
And that brings down the curtain on tonight's newscast. But before we go, here's a reminder of our top stories. JAGDO to lead delegation to Suriname to advance joint climate change strategy. AG files legal proceedings for undelivered motion scales. Ghana and Suriname to engage Northern Brazil on joint tourism talks. And in sport, GSA looking to establish local squash league. Catch our rebroadcast tomorrow at 6:30. Don't forget to like our Facebook page where the news can be viewed live at 19:30. On behalf of our news and technical teams, Sandy Ramutar saying stay safe and goodbye for now.